Hello, welcome back to the Scale Modelling Cafe. My name is Jamie and welcome to about the fifth take of this week's update. It's a bit of a tale of woe. I've recorded this a number of times. It's either been out of focus or I forgot to turn the microphone on. Let's double check. Yeah, microphone is on. So focus problem, don't even go there, been a nightmare. Anyway. Right, what I intend to do on this weekly update is just let you know what's been going on the channel and what's coming on the channel. An update on the current project, that's the Antonov 2 Colt by Hobby Boss in 48 scale, having a lot of fun with that. And also some of the modelling news, some of it that didn't quite make it into last week's show because it broke as I was editing and stuff, and to be honest, I couldn't be bothered, frankly, re-videoing it. And some of the other stuff that's come out this week, because there's there's quite a bit of news actually. Right, onwards then, what's been happening on the channel? You would have seen that the Lightning video part, what was that, Intro Cockpit Construction, part 4 of the painting hasn't gone up. That's because the paint still isn't under embargo from Ammo. As soon as they announce, hopefully with a big splash, the metallic paint range, then that video will be uploaded straight away. Apologies for that, but I'm kind of beholden to Ammo's timeline on that one. They've put out a teaser video, hopefully you've seen about that. I'll see if I can put a link in the description below. I believe that's what these YouTubers say. So you can go ahead and watch that one. It's only very, very short, 30 seconds or something, a bit of a teaser, but it looks really quite cool. I uploaded, I think on Thursday, a fireside chat all about stashes and about the size of my stash and why it's that particular size and why isn't it smaller, why isn't it bigger. And I've had a lot of nice and good feedback and discussion on that. So if you haven't seen that already, pop along and go and watch the video on stashes. One that did really well but just blew me away was the Edward News video, which has double the number of views than the kind of next popular video. So I was really pleased with that, and that might be something to do with a little jump up in subscribers I've had. So if you're a new subscriber, thank you very much. If you haven't seen either of those videos, obviously, I highly recommend them. It boosts my likes and all that. Not likes, that's a bit presumptuous, isn't it? Boosts my views, which is quite exciting to see. So pop over and see those. Videos that are coming up, not quite a sprue tour, but this is a review and it's a book. And it's this one by Wing Leader of the Beaufighter Mark 6C, 10 and 11. So effectively the Coastal Command Beaufighters. I'm a massive fan of the Coastal Command Beaufighter, not least because of the weathering potential. These things got absolutely minging. I've built one. I did it for a few years ago. I did it for the weathering magazine from Ammo. I did one engine, some battle damage, and the feather prop and oil leakings for the oil and grime issue. And I took inspiration from some of the photos that are in here, but there's loads of photos I've not seen before. And there's some wonderful examples of really beaten up aeroplanes, some shot up aeroplanes. And there's one here, crash landed in a cabbage patch type thing on the front. The attention to detail in this is astonishing. So if you're planning on building a Beaufighter, I cannot recommend this highly enough. And if you're just a fan of Coastal Command or weathered aeroplanes, or you're getting the new ICM Beaufort, you've got some weathering inspiration in that. So I'm going to be filming that at some stage this week and I'll bung that up. Right, I made a list this time because I forgot about a few things last week. That's all that. On with the news then. Oh no, project update. Sorry, project update. Here we go. I was going to do this first, but here is the Antonov in primer. I've test fitted the wings. They all go on. And I'm really excited. I'm so enthusiastic about this project. It's such immense fun. I think I've finally made a decision on what I'm going to do on the nose. Last week, you may remember, I couldn't decide, and I think I was going to put the radar in the nose, primarily because I couldn't find a prop for the Pratt & Whitney 2800 that I bought to go on the nose, and this was going to be a tri-motor. And I was struggling with how I was going to mount the radar to one of the wings. I have got the resin nose cone here, which I've chopped up a bit and did the contours for, but to be honest, it doesn't look right with this kind of fairing thing. What I've decided to do is I've actually found a prop. I forgot I had it in the box of bits, and it's an Edward 48th scale prop from their Mustang, a spare one, paddle bladed one. That's going to go on the front with the 2800, which means I've got to work out somehow to do some exhaust, blah. And the radar, I'm probably just going to mount to the wing and do some bracing with Albion alloys, tubing. That is the current plan. I may just leave off the radar completely, but I quite fancy putting it on there. I've got a little box of bits here. These are all in primer as well. I've done the engine bulkheads. This is going to be twin engined on the wing with Napier Sabre engines from Tempest, so they're the brass-in bits and pieces. The front half is beautifully detailed. I have added a bit of structural detail on the back to busy those up. And I've done some gun pods. These are going to be 40mm Cannon gun pods. Again, Edward's Mustang kit is the donor. These are the paper fuel tanks. And I've sanded off all the paper blah. I might even do a little bit more rescribing on these. I'm not sure. Probably not actually, but maybe. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And various bits and pieces for them. So that's all done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to concentrate on painting up all these bits, including the undercarriage. Bit of undercarriage here. Here's the radar, all in primer. Get all those peripheral bits done, and then I can concentrate on the real fun stuff, which is going to be painting that thing. I've got a basic idea in mind how I'm going to do it. I'm just prevaricating about the empennage, how I'm going to do that. If I'm going to do that a separate colour or what. I've got a few ideas in mind. It's probably going to be one of those cross that bridge when I get to it type moments. But I'm really enthusiastic about that, and it's an amazing amount of fun. Hopefully, you'll be able to see some of the video in progress of that very soon as Ammo get their act together and release their new paint. Right, some of the news. So one thing that didn't make it into last week's video, and it kind of broke on the day that I put the video up, and frankly I couldn't be bothered reshooting anything, and that was the Tamiya F35 in 48 scale. Always massive news when Tamiya announce a new toolkit, let alone something as big and cool as an F35. I don't think anyone saw it coming. It took everybody by surprise. The built-up model appeared at one of their trade shows last week. All in all, quite exciting. Right, the camel in the room is the RAM tapes. Look too prominent. Some of the early photos, it did look really quite prominent, but maybe that was some of the strong lighting and they were behind a glass sort of cabinet thing. Recently, some of the photos have been put up, and I've taken all these from the Tamiya USA site, so full credit to them. It actually doesn't look as bad as it does in the original photos, but it still looks, in my eyes, a little bit prominent. I just wish they'd just done it completely smooth, and maybe even just a decal that you put down for just the slight raised bits. But you know, I'm not an expert in the F35. It does look better than any other F35 kit out there, but maybe a little bit too prominent still for some people. I guess we'll have to see when we actually get the plastic in our own hands. Loads of schemes though with it, but you can imagine there's not that many you know, flamboyant markings that go with it, so you can get loads on one sheet. But you get Japanese, obviously, Australian, Danish, Norwegian, and you get the little pack for the brake shoot as well, which is a nice touch. Israel, Italy, and Korea. So loads of decal choices to choose from. And there are now quite a few aftermarket sets out there. Good luck painting it in the Have Glass paint scheme. I know, and I've used it, Mr. Paint. Sorry, I forgot the name of the paint there. Mr. Paint actually do. It's a two-part thing. It's like the grey, and then you get like a varnish with silvery bits in it. I'm just wondering whether you're better off painting it in natural metal and then just misting over a translucent layer of grey and then doing that over the top. I don't know. It's going to be quite a difficult one to capture that. But great fun anyway. Also, that we saw on the same day, announced at the same show, was Great Wall Hobby have announced a new tool A10. Now, my friend Drew said it was announced about 6 months ago, but to be honest, I never heard of it, and neither have lots of people. But, you know, I'll take Drew at his word that it was announced 6 months ago. But that looks really, really cool. And Academy are also obviously doing an A10 as well. Now, one of them's doing just the C, and one of them's doing the A/C. I think Great Wall Hobby might be just doing the C. Either way, I built a few Great Wall Hobby kits, and they're fabulous. I've done one of their F15s and a couple of their MiG-29s, the early one, and then the very latest version. They were really, really nice kits, and I really enjoyed those. So that's going to be awesome. What they've also announced is a new tool F14B in 48 scale as well. They've done a range of F14s in 72nd, but this is the first, I believe, modern tooling of a B. Obviously, to me, I got the A and the D, and A and K have got theirs as well. And it fills a nice little niche in the market. I'd imagine they'll do the A and the D later as well. But that looks really cool, and it saves you converting an A into a D. So that was very welcome. And I think that's going to be a lot sooner than the A10. The A10 was just early sort of CAD render, one sort of silhouette thing. Whereas the F14B was the box art. Normally when you see box art, means it's very close. So look out for that one. That's going to be cool. Okay, aftermarket now. Neomega have announced a set for the Airfix 148 scale Buccaneer, which looks awesome. They say it's going to fit the old tooling and the new tooling. So if you've got the old original Neomega set for the old tool, maybe that will fit in the new. I don't know if it works like that, but you know, it looks stunning. And their resin cockpits tend to fit quite well. I know I've used Airres kits that just drop in. I've used Airres kits that have caused an awful lot of bad words to come out. But that set looks stunning, and I think that's going to be a drop-in fit, just based on their reputation. Okay, book news. Good friend of mine, Jeff Coughlin, he runs the Scale Modelling Now online magazine thing. It's really good. If you've not seen it, go and check it out. It's just loads of content, and when you sign up, it's only you know, we're talking pocket money prices a month, less than that even. You get the whole back catalogue as well, obviously, when you sign up. So go check Scale Modelling Now out, www.com, blah. Recently he released I think with KLP, a book on the F4 Phantom, all about the history and stuff, and there's some modelling projects in there. That looks really good, go check that out. But he's also done a dedicated modelling the new tool Airfix Buccaneer. Again by KLP, they're online magazines, online books, sorry, and fantastic value for money. They're really actually really quite cheap for what you get. So go check out that, or those. Right, back to kits. Wingz kit have released their BF109 E7 in 48 scale. They make arguably the best 48 scale E series of kits. They're fully riveted. They fit really well. There's a few little accuracy issues, I think, with some of the bits, but you know, we're talking proper deep dive Model 109E geek levels of stuff. But that looks stunning. I don't think I'm going to get one though. Go and see my stash video for the reasons why. Same part of the Venn diagram as all that. ICM, the 48 scale Beaufort, is out. That looks a stunning kit. I'm not going to get one. I'm going to buy one when I want to build one. Again, go see the stash video to see the reason why. But that looks an amazing kit. A full rivet job required on it though, for me. Now I thought the Key 21 Sally in 72nd scale was out. I don't think it is quite out yet. I think they just wanted to get the Beaufort out, and this I'm sure will be following on hot on the heels. I'm really tempted by that. I really am. Right, and the last thing to talk about is the Armour Hobby P39, which is being shipped from Armour as we speak. I've got one inbound from my mate Andy at Antics in Bristol. He's sending me one. I'm paying for it. I'm a bit of a shill, but I'm not Armour, you know, shilling Armour level kits quite yet. But yeah, I've got that coming. I've got a few other bits and pieces coming as well, and a few other bits and pieces that arrived. When it's all there, the missus is going to send it out to me by courier. So that will be coming to the channel, and that will be coming to the channel as soon as I get it. i.e. I'm going to do a bench review of that. Right, when the Antonov is finished, I'm going to do either the Key 84 by Armour, if the P39 hasn't arrived. If the P39 has arrived, I'm going to do the P39. And I'm going to smash either one of those kits out quite quickly, hopefully, inshallah, as they say out here. And what I'll do after that is I've got a 48 scale Zukimura F4C that I'm going to do as Robin Olds' kit. And the decals for that are with the missus at home, and they'll be coming up with the P39. After that, I'm going to do an Edward 109, late war. I'm going to do the G14 AS. And after that, it's going to be a Tamiya F14A, I think. Yeah, the A. With all the dropped blah, slats and flaps and whatnot. So looking forward to all that. Now, every military campaign doesn't survive first contact with the enemy. So that is subject to change. It's not set in stone. But that is the imminent in-tray at the moment, as we speak. Right, I think I've waffled on for quite long enough. I can smell my dinner. It's pretty much ready. So look out for the review of the Wing Leader Beaufighter book coming next week. Look out for the Airfix painting of the 148 scale Lightning as soon as Ammo whack out all their press releases for the metallic paints. And yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next one. So thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.